that's the courthouse. This one. Yeah. And if you follow this avenue over here for like 10 minutes, you're gonna get to the Liberdade, which is the Asian neighborhood here. You find a lot of Japanese place, Chinese place, Korean to eat. A lot of good restaurants, some grocery shops. Focus on the Asian market. Sao Paulo, you're gonna see that you cannot be more central than we are right now. You know, because sometimes the downtown, the so-called city center, it's not geographically in the center of the city. Like in Rio, it's not. When you go to Rio, you're gonna see that the city center in Rio is on the south part of the city. But here, this area here, this is where everything started in Sao Paulo. And then the city grew in a radial style. You know? And this is the reason why the cathedral is here. It's a very important landmark. And I'll just give a small timeline about the construction of this place. Before you go inside, check some details, okay? So the thing is that until 1912, Sao Paulo used to have an old cathedral, much smaller than this one. It was on the other side of that square. I will show you later what it was. And then the Archbishop of Sao Paulo, by the time, he thought that Sao Paulo deserved a much bigger cathedral. So he was the guy who realized the construction. He started raising funds and politicians, rich people that used to live in Sao Paulo, to financiate the construction here. So at the same time, they demolished the old cathedral and started building this one over here. From my point of view, this was just an excuse to raise money. You know? Let's demolish one and start raising money for the new one. Anyway, they started building this thing in 1913, and then it took 41 years for this place to be open. The inauguration of this cathedral was in 1954. And something that you gotta remember that 1954 was a very important year in Sao Paulo because the city celebrated the 400th anniversary. Sao Paulo was founded as a city, created as a city in 1554. So there was like a popular demand last century for this place to be open because of the festivities and because Sao Paulo didn't have a cathedral for more than 40 years, which means that this place here was open unfinished. There were no towers, no bells. You see the towers over there? Those towers were on there. There were no bells. They opened on a rush, on a hurry, because the population was giving like this popular pressure for that. And something that also you gotta remember is that last century, the maintenance of this place was really poor, really bad. The Catholic Church never took proper care here. So on the year 2000, this cathedral was entirely closed for renovations. It was only 46 years after the inauguration. It's nothing. Yeah. For a place like this big. And then it was closed for 2 entire years, reopened in 2002, and then only in 2002, this cathedral here was considered 100% finished. So in the end, it took 89 years to build it here. One style, the Gothic with the Italian Renaissance. So if you combine those two styles, you create a third one, which is the Neo-Gothic. And within the Neo-Gothic style, this is the 4th largest in the world. The other 3 are located in Germany. So outside Germany, this is the largest one in the Neo-Gothic style. Yeah, the combination of those styles, like in the middle over here, the pillars and the arcs, those are the German part. And the stained glasses are the Italian part. started to count here. If you say that New York City is 10,000 kilometers away from Sao Paulo, they started to count here. This is Google Maps is programmed to count distance from Sao Paulo at this rock over here. So this is the ground zero, the center part of the city in terms of the geography. And then, because of that, the second reason that makes this rock really important is that all the streets here in Sao Paulo, all of them, they start on the point where it's closer to this rock. So you're seeing that street over here. That street starts here and not on the other side, because this is the closest point to the rock. So it doesn't matter where you are in Sao Paulo, if you want to have a sense of orientation, always look for the lowest number on the street, you will be closer to this rock. Or if you're walking on the street, the numbers are getting low, you are walking in the direction of this rock. If the numbers are getting high, you are backwards to this rock. This is outside traffic. Something, you know, because this is where the bank was created, 3 or 400 exactly. And then all of the banks they are established here. The stock market, so we can here in the street. Our version of Dow Jones is over here. So this is a very traditional street for those who work with money. And he was a very rich Italian guy that used to live in Sao Paulo 100 years ago. He was an industrial, owned a lot of companies over here. And he was the guy who idealized it and initiated the construction of this building. And the Martinelli is still so important and so famous because it was the first ever skyscraper, not only in Sao Paulo, not only in Brazil, but in South America. This was the first skyscraper in this continent you guys are visiting right now. So the Martinelli was opened in 1929. So right now it's only 90 years old. And it was a concept that simply didn't exist in Brazil. You used to have small buildings, maybe 2 or 3 floors, small houses. Moved in with his family just to prove people that it was safe enough. So these guys consider for us like a visionary twice to build this stuff and then to move in just to prove people. And then after the moving, he started advertising in newspapers, like showing pictures of him with his family, saying stuff like, hey, I can live here with my family, you can do it too. And guess what? Work is done. People start renting the apartments. It is stuffed with chicken and also deep fried. If you deep fry one thing, deep fried people. was named after one of the archbishops in Sao Paulo that worked here in the 40s. So the name of this square over here, Dom José Gaspar, is the name of this archbishop. But I challenge you to ask anyone over here, really anyone, ask someone over here who Dom José Gaspar was. No one knows, but everyone knows that his square is a good place to get drunk. So that's the reason why this guy became famous in Sao Paulo, for getting people drunk. Everyone knows that this is a safe place to get wasted. But you never know that the guy was a holy man, the archbishop, working in the cathedral. And this particular place is famous for the food. We'll have different profiles of party. The building was designed by the most famous Brazilian architect, a guy called Oscar Niemeyer. He was the same guy who designed the city of Brasilia, the capital of Brazil. In Rio, you're gonna see a lot of stuff because the guy was originally from Rio. If you have the opportunity to visit the Ibirapuera Park here in Sao Paulo, all the buildings inside the park, a lot of museums were designed by this guy. So he gave this project to the city of Sao Paulo because of the 400th anniversary, back in 1954, same year of the opening of the cathedral. And then the city found some investors, they started building on that year, and then took 12 years to get ready. The inauguration of the Copan was in 1966. And since then, this building is divided into 6 different blocks. So they have 6 different buildings inside this building. And inside those 6 blocks, you'll find 1,160 apartments.
Oh.
You have from small studio apartments, like 28 square meters, to 3 floors apartments, 120 square meters. So when you tell someone that you live here, no one knows if you're like fucked up or doing good. Because this place, you can live here for 1,000 reais and for 10,000 reais. In the same building, you have like students living here and CEOs living here. You have famous actors living here. So it's a very democratic place.
Yeah.
The people who work here, they estimate that something in between 3,000 and 5,000 people live here. Of course, they don't know for sure, especially because couples quit, or you have kids, you have a sister coming for the countryside. You don't have to register those activities, but they estimate something in between 3,000 and 5,000 people living here. West. And by the way, that's the mountain you're going to hike. That's the one with the mountain. Okay. Yeah. Those 3 antennas, yeah. If you check the map of Sao Paulo, you're going to see that the north and the west are the smaller areas in Sao Paulo because of the mountains. You can see where the city ends.
Yeah.
You know? Looks close, but it's not close, believe me. It takes you sometimes 2 hours to get to those mountains by drive. So let's start everything with the east, south. Because you're going to understand the concept of an endless city. There's no end in the south, and there's no way in the east. 2.5 hours ago. And then we took a walk into this direction, right in the middle of this maze, and you can see this yellow building. Over it, you see the city hall, the garden, and the helipad. Oh yeah. You can see that? Just look at this yellow building over it. And then we crossed the viaduct, remember? And then we faced it, the tallest building in Sao Paulo. We are much better in terms of the geography than now, but that's the tallest building. And then from the viaduct, we started walking all those gallerias. You have like a bubble tea over here, we crossed the other one, and then we faced it, this pink building. Remember on the other side? When you crossed that 7 meters avenue, yeah, we were facing this lovely building over here. Look at that, they have like a swimming pool on the top. It's not a hot tub, but it's a pool, yeah. And if you look on that direction, all those buildings over there are part of the Paulista Avenue. The Paulista Avenue is the most famous avenue in Sao Paulo, full of modern buildings, full of shops. And this is the highest point in Sao Paulo. That's the reason why you have so many antennas over there. And the bad side of it is that this avenue works like a wall. We cannot see the other side of the city. But anyway, why you need the other side, right? Look at that.
The tour we're taking in the view of the city. You can see how massively densely populated it is. Huge buildings, big concrete jungle here in Sao Paulo. You can see right behind me. Pretty amazing though. Wow, it's gonna be crazy. All these high-rise buildings. It's pretty hot, 91 degrees today, but you kind of have a fantastic view of the city today.